Okay, so this time we're looking at the simple interest equation part 2. In a previous video we did simple interest equation and we did that first question here, 12,000 invested for 5 years at 9.5% per annum. We're going to do this slightly more complicated question part B here. So let's take a look at that, remembering these two formulas, I equals PRT and A equals P plus I. Okay, so we're not doing that first question, we're doing the second one here. $2,500 is invested for only 3 months at 4.5% per annum. Now you remember that our simple interest equation is I equals PRT, but each of these letters represents something. Remember that P equals the principal, that's the money you start with. R equals the rate, and that's the rate per annum. And then T equals the time, and that's time in years. So we have an issue with this question because time isn't being displayed in years, time is being displayed in months. So let's work through what we know. We know that the principal in this equation is $2,500. We know that the rate, it's 4.5%, but remember we need to express that as a decimal. So 4.5%, move the decimal 2 places to the left, it's going to be 0.045. And finally we need to look at time. Now time is 3 months, we need to know how many years that is. Now if you want to find out if you want to convert months into years, you just need to divide by 12. I'm just going to write that down. Convert months to years. Divide by 12. Pretty simple, I think. So 3 months is equal to 3 divided by 12 years. Okay? So our time is 3 over 12. After that, it's simple, just put it in the formula. I equals PRT. The principal is 2,500. The rate is 0.045. And the time is 3 over 12. Now your calculator is really clever. You can type all of that all in at once and you'll get an answer. Okay, and so I've got an answer here of 28 point, this is an interesting one, 0.125. There's a problem with that. The problem is that this is money, and money doesn't go to 3 decimal places. The least you can have is 1 cent, or 2 cents, or 12 cents, or 13 cents. So in this case, because the bank owes you money, if they owe you 28.125, you're going to have to round that up to 28.13. Stop, think. A guy went to a bank, he put $2,500 in there for 3 months at 4.5% per annum. Now he's coming back. How much money does he pull out? That's our A value. So A is equal to the amount he started with plus the interest he earned. The amount he started with was 2,500 plus the interest that he earned, which was 28.13. His final amount, the amount that he's going to pull out of this bank after 3 months, is $2,528.13. Okay, that's simple interest. We've looked at 2 examples here, one with really simple P, R, and T values, and the second one we've done here with a slightly different time value. Instead of time in years, it was time in months. Make sure you talk to me in class because you're going to have to know how to deal with time in weeks, time in days, maybe even time in fortnights, time in hours. You're going to have to know how to deal with all of those. So make sure you talk to me and you do the questions and you practice the questions. In future videos, we're going to look at using the simple interest formula, not just to find I, but to find P, R, and T. But that's for future videos. For now, make sure you're practicing this stuff and getting it right, and then we'll move on. All right, thanks guys.